All right, so I get it. You have been following me along for a hot second, and I appreciate it so much. Guys, welcome back. I'm Karissa Dean, a life and business coach for female entrepreneurs and executives. And we've been talking about how to return to the self, coming home to you. You've accomplished a lot. You maybe feel like something's missing, and you're ready to rediscover who you are beneath all the expectations, beneath all the rules, beneath all the responsibilities and the daily grind. If you're following along on this series, we've talked about why you feel out of sync. We've talked about how to listen to that inner voice and tap back in. We've gone over what it is like to live an unfulfilled life and how to feel alive again. And today, I want to invite you to let's talk about getting selfish. I want you to get selfish. We're going to redefine the word selfish. Because here's the thing, it is not selfish to want more out of life. And I know you're feeling unfulfilled. I know that you want more for yourself and you're struggling with this. Is that selfish? And I'm here to tell you it's not. So before we go any further, click that subscribe button and follow along because there's going to be plenty more nuggets and insights for you. If you're feeling overwhelmed right in this moment and you want to quick, accessible tool, make sure to go into the bio and download my very short nervous system reset. You can use it anywhere, download it, take it on the airplane, take it in the car while you're on the sidelines at your kiddo's game. This is going to help you for those moments where you're like, ah! I made this for you and I'm so excited. I hope you enjoy it. All right, back to, is it selfish to want more out of life? First of all, before we even answer this question, which the answer is no, I want to define selfish. And if you think about this analogy, I know you've heard it, you've probably seen it, especially if you're on social media and you are deep diving personal development. You have a cup, and your cup starts out full the moment you wake up. And over the day, you're leaking, right? And you're pouring. So you're leaking from the bottom or maybe from the sides, but you're also pouring big amounts into other people. And by the end of the day, you're completely fucking depleted because you've taken no time for the self. You've taken no opportunity to care for you and refill your cup and or close off some of those leaks and or set some boundaries and stop pouring into people who don't pour back into you. So selfish is really not about getting your nails done and spending your paycheck on you, going shopping, buying only yourself new clothes, only taking yourself on first class vacations. That's not what selfish is. It's not selfish to say no. It is actually vital to your ability to thrive in life. Being selfish means that you are innately aware of where you're at and what you need. It means that you've taken the time to get to know yourself, to know your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, and you're choosing to prioritize those areas of your life before you support the needs of others. And here's why this is so important. When you are out there running around trying to do everything for everyone else all the time, and you neglect the self, you end up becoming bitter and resentful. And that means that from an unhealed place and an unwhole place, you are trying to help others, but you really aren't helping them. You're just creating this pathway of discord and discomfort. It is so imperative that we take care of ourselves first, and it's not selfish. So let's say you're getting this. You're like, all right, Karissa, I'm hearing you. I'm starting to take some time. I'm starting to get intentional with my days. I'm journaling. I'm meditating. I signed up for one of your classes. I hired you as a coach. I'm going to your next retreat. Like, you're doing little things, but you still want more. And I say, yeah, girl, let's go. What is it you want? Because the thing is, in your initial state of I want, you might turn to, I want a new car, I want a new Gucci bag, I want to be a millionaire, I never want to have to work again. But the reality is there's a thing underneath that thing, and that's what you actually want. You want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to be held, you want to be validated, you want to be loved unconditionally, you want to feel supported, you want to be connected, you want community. And those things truly are free. And I would beg you to get curious about, what is it that I actually want? Because sure, a new car would be fun. Like, let's face it, my car's almost got 80,000 miles. The clock is ticking, it will be fun. But that's not actually what I want. What I want is to feel safe every time I get in my car, to trust that my car is going to take me from point A to point B. There's always the thing underneath the thing. The new Gucci bag might be really cool, but maybe you just actually want to be seen and validated for existing in this world. Maybe you just need a few compliments. You see, wanting more for yourself isn't about anything except for a deep hidden desire that you've been ignoring, or areas of your life where you're feeling unfulfilled. And so this is really where you get to get curious about, what is it that I actually want? What do I actually desire? What would make me feel invigorated and alive again? Because you're on autopilot. You're doing all these things. You're making decisions based on external noise and outside insiders, right? These people who are trying to get in your world and tell you what you need. I call them outside insiders, because they're outside of you, but for whatever reason, they're inside you, and you're making decisions based on what they're telling you. And this is what we have to shut down. This is why we have to have boundaries. We have to get selfish, get curious about who we are and what it is that you actually want for yourself. You see, in my life, I've gone through so many radical life transitions, and I had to really come back to, what is it that I want? What do I want? And it's not selfish, because a healed person can help heal. An unhealed person, somebody who is ignoring their desires, is not helping. You're projecting. So this is your opportunity right now to get curious about, what selfish thing do you want? And it's not selfish for you to want more out of life, more out of existing, right? I think that what we're really talking about is this feeling of unfulfilledness is, I don't want to just exist. I want to live. I want to experience. I want to taste life. It's so interesting, because I feel myself with this fire, but I internally know that what you need is to get quiet. So as I feel my energy come down and be a bit more grounded in this moment, that's the invitation I would offer you. It's good to be excited. It's good to be high energy. It's good to be externally, driven. But if we're not grounded in the who I am and what it is that I actually want out of life, you'll never be able to give yourself the permission to create it. So this is your permission. You get to have more out of life. But first, you got to get curious about what it is that you want. And you got to do it from a whole place. If you're curious about what that means, you have questions, feel free to reach out. That's what I'm here for. This is the work that I get to do. And as always, I hope you do come home to yourself. I hope you learn to hear your inner voice and give yourself all it is that you've ever wanted.